What we do here is go back.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's the AFC Wild Card Round on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Matt Ryan and the Indianapolis Colts.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing, and now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose, or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Herbert going to go to the air right away. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up first and goal.
So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Herbert now. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers will strike first here in this wild card matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. The touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with a football. Bringing him out, the 3rd overall pick from way back in 2008, a guy now in his 15th NFL season, Matt Ryan.
And I have to believe at his age, you savor situations like this because nobody knows better than he does that getting to the playoffs is simply not that easy. This is where he's got to call upon all of his knowledge of all the games he's played in the past, draw from it, and find a way to win a game. Because not only do you want to savor getting there, you also want to have success as well.
Yeah, this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the 45 on second down. Ryan to the right side and into the hands of the tight end Granson. 7 yards there and a first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 8 yards to go on second down. Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll try and run for the... And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Chargers. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And they come in as the 3 seed in this, very likely the last home game of the season for them, even if they win this ball game. But while they would have loved that top spot and the bye that goes with it, they're still in a pretty good position.
Well, they certainly are, and let's face it, every team knows if they want to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to earn it. And even if you get the number 1 seed, you know you have to win 2 games against teams. They're going to be riding high after big playoff wins coming at you.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. A big play there for L.A. And even 50 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Ekeler from 8 yards out. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make the score 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, Justin Hopkins will kick it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. He can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Ryan's throw. And the ball is knocked out and picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Herbert following the turnover. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Second down at 4. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. On the screen, this is Ekeler. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Here's Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Herbert throwing again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's fourth down. They snap it to Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Kyle Rudolph from 10 yards out. And the Chargers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, pardon?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So that will push him back.
And now we know why he had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
On first and 10, it's Ryan. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Chargers able to get the Joey Bosa. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
That sack backs Ryan and the Colts up a bit here, facing a 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It'll be a gain of 4 here, and it will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We had great action yesterday, and this, the first of 3 more games coming at you here on Wildcard Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's AFC wildcard game. And it's the Jacksonville Jaguars who are moving up.
A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. He stiff arms him. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Ryan. Oh, he tries to force it out, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, CD, we've seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well. And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over. Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination? Especially if they can't score here. Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Ryan. Under pressure, they got him again. Dropping in sacks on 1st and 2nd downs now leads to a 3rd and long. So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet. That's sack backs Ryan and the Colts up a bit here, facing a 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Jones has it. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Herbert will give this one to Ekeler. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. It's Ekeler again. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 2nd down, Ekeler. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw here, Herbert. This is caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Herbert. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Ryan. Pass out left, caught by Woods. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chargers ready to take over. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
And not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 41-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger 1st. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Up the middle with Ekeler. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And they will take a knee here. Now from back into 5. This is 3rd and goal. And they take a knee. The Chargers, they're going to continue on in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody. Thanks for watching. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.